How do we heal? I'm going to introduce you to a beautiful system of healing that's called IFS, and it stands for Internal Family Systems. I'm Amy Rose, and I have a holistic counseling and consulting practice in Florida. And you know, healing happens when we bring things to light. So we make conscious in our awareness the parts of us that have been hurt and the mental, emotional patterns, behavior patterns we have that are preventing us from getting what we want and keeping us stuck. And in order for healing to happen, we have to access this part of us that has resources and strengths and compassion. And we have to create a safe space where this part of us that has resources can witness these parts of us that have been hurt. And in an earlier video, I talked about how when we've had painful life experiences and there aren't resources either inside of us or outside of us where we can deal with that experience, we freeze it, we go numb. So we have these parts of us that have held pain and are sort of stuck inside of us, longing and waiting for healing. And we call that unfinished business, and it'll show up in your life in the present day, in how you relate to people and your ability to get your needs met or not get your needs met. So IFS is a beautiful system and practice of being able to access this part of us we call your true self and witness these parts of us that are hurt and offer them the light of compassion and loving kindness and give them the resources they needed at the time they were wounded and didn't get. And you know, it's a bit like when we metabolize food. You take it in and then you have to break it down, and it becomes another form of energy once you metabolize it that your body can use. And the same is true with these sort of stuck and frozen emotions that are stored within our bodies. When we melt them with this light of compassion and loving kindness, they transform and become another form of energy, more resources that we can use so that you feel safe, you can connect more easily, you can experience more joy, creativity, and happiness in your life. So in IFS, we think of you like a diamond. You are multifaceted and you have lots of parts inside of you. And you already know this because you probably use parts language. You may say, gosh, a part of me really wants to do that, but another part is like, oof, that's a big risk. Or a part of me wants to get up and do yoga and meditate every morning, but another part's like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And just like when two people in the world outside of you are in conflict, when you have two parts in the world inside of you that are in conflict, it's stressful. And when there's stress inside of us with parts in conflict, there's going to be a third part that emerges that's like, let's eat ice cream, let's scroll on social media, let's escape in some way, go shopping, do something. And so in IFS, first we want to explore the different parts you have inside of you. And there are 3 types of parts. And the first type of part is called a manager. This is a part of you that helps you get things done. It can be kind of critical, a little bit of a parental voice, sort of bossy, but it's trying to manage you and help you function and be successful. And then we have exiled parts. And exiled parts are the parts of us that hold the pain. And they get locked in a closet, shoved on a desert island. And usually the parts that manage want to protect us from that pain that's been stored away or keep other people away from the pain inside of us. Then we have a third part that we call firefighters. And if you think of a firefighter, they run into the heat and take you out, right? And so these are the parts of us that soothe us. They seek pleasure, they numb us out, They're often labeled bad and judged by either society or other parts of us. They can be the parts of us that choose addiction or excitement. They could be self-destructive. But in IFS, we do not believe there are any bad parts. There are no bad parts, and we recognize that every part of us steps up in a stressful situation that we don't know how to handle. So they're always trying to protect us, usually from pain, and they have a positive intent, no matter how destructive or unhelpful it may seem. So we have all these techniques where we can dialogue with your parts and unburden them from pain. And we do that by connecting with this part of you that has never been harmed, shamed, hurt, criticized, or abandoned. This is your true self with a capital S. And it's a presence within you that has access to unlimited resources. I think of it like our emotional immune system. It can help you heal anything, no matter what you've gone through. And I'm a therapist who specializes in trauma, so I see this every day in my practice. And you know, clients often say to me, oh, I don't have that part. Yes, you do. I've never met anyone in 25 years that does not have their true self. It's not even possible. If you want to think of it like your inner light, your inner essence, your spirit, whatever your spiritual beliefs are, feel free to define it. The stream of love that you're connected to, higher power, but this is your true essence. And we're just going to do a short exercise right now to help you connect with self energy and maybe witness a part. And then I'm going to do the next video, a much longer experiential exercise and maybe a meditation. So in IFS, we talk about the 8 C's, the 8 qualities of self energy that begin with a C. I actually think there's way more than 8 C's, but this is what we're going to do today. We're going to practice doing a little exercise, okay? So I think it's helpful to first think of a part of you that you're struggling with, maybe a part that procrastinates, or a part that doesn't speak up, or a part of you that's really angry. All parts are welcome, so just think of something you're struggling with. Maybe jot it down if you want, or sketch a little stick figure of like how it shows up in your life. And then we're just gonna see if you can notice it with some curiosity and compassion, and extended compassion, okay? So I think it helps to close your eyes after you do that. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, that's fine. I'll put a picture up from my office that you can look in and just soften your gaze as we do this exercise, okay? So close your eyes, and we're just gonna take 3 gentle breaths. And then exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more breath in. This time, just slow your exhale. Sink into whatever you're sitting on. And we're just going to invite you to connect with this part of you that's aware of being aware. It's the part of you that can notice another part of you with curiosity and compassion, and a desire to collaborate and connect with calmness, clarity, confidence, and creativity. This is the part of you that's connected to the source of all creation. It has great wisdom, and it wants to help parts of you that are in pain. But it cannot assert or be aggressive. can only offer resources. So see if you can notice through the eyes of this presence inside of you that we call your true self, this part of you that you identified you'd like to work with. And see if you can ask it like how it's helping you, what it's afraid would happen if you didn't do this behavior, and see what it's protecting you from. And then just see if you can notice it with curiosity and compassion, and send it some acknowledgement that you see it, that you hear it, it's welcome here. And this part of you cannot judge, it just wants to help. And just see if that's possible. And if it's not, don't worry. Doesn't mean you don't have self energy. It's just probably another part that doesn't want you to be receiving support right now for some reason that probably is very helpful from this part's perspective. And then we're just gonna return your awareness to the here and now. Open your eyes and post in the comments what that was like. We're gonna do a lot more videos on this because I love helping people using IFS. It's one of the many techniques I incorporate into my practice. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Delight the World if you liked this video. And remember this, some days you can radiate your light, some days you just need to receive your light. And wherever you are on your journey of being the light, you're always welcome to connect here at Delight the World for hope, healing, and illumination.